Alright, welcome back everybody. So this is a continuation of the previous video where we are going to be working on Thinkorswim. We have reset our workspace and we set up the home screen. Now that we got that out of the way, let is going to work on the left sidebar. So when you reset your Thinkorswim workstation, it resets the sidebar. We can get rid of a few things that we don't need. Of course, you can add or leave on whatever you want. I don't like watching TV, so I'm going to get rid of the TV right away. And I want to set up a chart. Now, there's a key thing about anything that we do here when it comes to charts. We can save our charts to be a certain way. It's a default that we can just give everything. So let's give ourselves some room. We'll stretch the chart out. We'll close this other stuff that we don't need. Here is the side chart. It's called a quick chart. You want to take the time to set this chart up exactly how you want it, so that every time you bring it up, it's showing you the thing that you want to see every single time. Now, I typically use this for a daily view on whatever it is that I'm looking at. So I have a default style already saved, but we're going to go through here, show you how to make one of those. Choose your time frame. I want a yearly chart. I don't want to see, let's see, yours probably doesn't look like this. We want to go to settings. You can use the cog wheel or style. Let's go to the cog wheel. And for everything you want to see in that style, in the menu, you click these arrows right here. Now, the first thing that's getting my attention is the volume, right? I want to get rid of that volume. Right now, we're looking at equities because it's Coke showing on the screen. So I want to go to equities. I want to make sure that this box is checked right there. And I also want to turn off show volume. So that's gone. And I've added that to the style menu. The next thing is highlight extended hours. I want that ticked. Show extended hours trading session. I want that ticked. Now, I'm going to be looking at a daily chart, so I'm not going to uncheck these. You could. It all depends on how you want your chart set up. I'm going to leave them turned on. I just need these. Now we're going to go into futures. I also want to make sure that futures is ticked. Notice when it's not ticked, it's kind of just a grayish shadow. And then when I click it, it fills in that box. I want it filled in. I want to click it. I don't want to see volume on the futures from the daily chart, so I want that off. And that's good right there. Those changes are going to work for the moment. We'll go back. Now notice that I'm on a daily chart. We're going to put futures in there. Now I want to use a particular tool. The reason I like going to the daily chart is I use the weekly expected move indicator. So I want to load that. Now I'm only interested in this immediate time frame. Okay, that's how I got mine set up, which means I need to go to days or time, click customize list. I want to add a time frame. I want the daily chart, and I want the smallest daily chart it will offer, 1 month. So I click OK. I add that. I want it in the right order. And now when I go up here, I can see that I have a 1 month daily chart. It's very zoomed in. Now notice that some of that indicator is missing. So we need to go back to chart settings, price axis, fit studies, fit study markers. Now I can see that study. This is the most immediate thing, but while I'm also here, I want to see implied volatility. So we type in IMP. We add implied volatility. Now I happen to have my own custom implied volatility indicator, so I'm going to add that. Now my daily chart is set up. I don't need all the tags up there at the top, so we can turn those off. Don't need a cloud, don't need expected move labels, and I don't need that. So no, no, and no for those. Down here, we can turn off some of those. I don't need the weekly or the monthly. So now it's showing me the daily 1 standard deviation expected move. And I'm good to go right there. We'll crunch that up. Now, you can get it to be really small, but if you do, you're going to cut these numbers off. And I like having those numbers. See how they disappeared when I made it too small? So I keep it just big enough that they stay there. I want to see those numbers all the time. Tomorrow is a Friday, and this appears after the market closed on Thursday night, because it's now printing Friday's candle. So these are here. On Monday, those will be gone, and we'll just, or they won't be gone, but we'll be working inside of that price action, right? And those lines, there won't be an extra box there then. Then we can add in our lines from right here. You'll understand that later on as we do the video series. So there's my side widget. This is important now that I save this, because Thinkorswim will do things like lose your stuff. So what we need to do, stretch that back out, and go to Style, Save Style, and this is a quick chart. I want to use a caret symbol. That's Shift 6. When you hold Shift and hit the number 6, you get a caret. I want 2 carets because I want to name all my stuff, but Thinkorswim wants to alphabetize everything, and I want all of my quick charts put in the same spot. So 2 carets, and then daily quick. Well, let's do quick chart daily. Include patterns and study set. That's important. So make sure you click that and hit save. Now the reason we want to do that is Thinkorswim will screw up your stuff and you'll have to go in and replace it. And if you didn't save it, you got to build it all over again. So now that we've saved that, let's see how much we can shrink it up and still keep the implied volatility indicator on the bottom. That's about as small as we can get it. That's pretty decent. That's a good enough. Want the watch list set to the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We need to immediately open this up and get rid of net change, bid, and ask. We want to add change percent. There we go. Now we've got the Dow Jones and we've got our quick chart. The next thing I want to add is the scratch pad. This is my favorite tool. It's a very, very valuable tool. We'll add the calculator. We're set, guys. That's it right there for the sidebar. Of course, you can add more. Don't think that you only have to add what I add. Help yourself as much as you want. Notice that the styles tab, let's just go somewhere where we can get, oh, we're not done. One more thing. We got to colorize and synchronize. This is going to be red 1. Now notice it immediately brought up something over here. Now they're in sync. So now when I'm looking at the futures and I want to go to a 15-minute chart and I'm looking at what's going on, this immediately shows me my daily, whatever I'm looking at here. So in Q. See how the writing is screwing everything up over here? I can get rid of that here, or see how I've still got writing? I can save that. put it on its own layer, notice that this is now on notes, and I can come over here and delete it because this is on default drawings. So now it's not here, but it is still here. Of course, I don't need to keep that, so I can just get rid of notes. All right, these lines are what we need when we draw our weekly expected move. Now they're still moving because we haven't closed for the week, but over the weekend, when you go to add your weekly expected move, those lines will be right there ready for you, and you'll be able to draw those on the intraday chart. Yeah, you like it. All right, guys, so that's the sidebar. You're set up, you're ready to go. And one quick tip, anything that you put in Scratchpad, make sure you save it somewhere if you go to messing around with your shared workspaces. Okay, because Thinkorswim loses things and it could lose your notes. So if they're important to you, if you're going to swap workspaces, make sure you save those notes somewhere else. Put them in a text document or something. All right, guys, have a good one, and I'll see you at the next video.